Be Nice Individuals podcast. Hey folks, this is Thaddeus. I am on the Be Nice Individuals podcast here. Have a couple cool guests. Again, this is hosted at the Flagler Voice Podcast Studio. And today we have Cody and Alex from Distinguished Creative. They're going to tell us a little bit about their business. How are you guys today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having us, Thaddeus.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate it. We reached out to you, and we're glad to be here.
Yeah.
Glad to be anywhere but outside right now.
What do you mean by that? Is it too hot out there?
It is way too hot out there. The humidity just sucks the right out of it.
Well, because it was some weird storm that happened yesterday.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was white-out rain with sun, which made it worse.
Yeah, it was like a freak thunderstorm, but that's Florida for you. You never know what to expect down here.
Yeah, about
Right.
3 or 4 o'clock. Enjoy yourself. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I did not enjoy that last night either. I actually had a meeting that I was driving to. I'm like, what is this? And there were people pulled over a little bit, but it was very impromptu. I feel like we follow the news or the weather, so that's on me.
Hey, you like to live your life on the
I just remember driving and looking down 95 over the overpass and seeing a wall of white. I'm like, oh, it's about to get rain.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now, you guys, Distinguished Creative. Tell me more about what that is.
Yeah, so I'll kind of open up with this, and I'll have Alex add more onto this, but it actually originates from a couple other business ideas we had years ago. We used to have a couple other friends that we would make content with, put online, like funny videos and music and things like that. And ultimately those business ideas didn't work out.
Yeah.
They eventually went and did their own thing, which is fine. But it gave us the room to come up with our idea of Distinguished Creative LLC. And we actually worked with a consulting firm that kind of inspired us for that name, funny enough.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, it's just been really a brand that we want to stick to. And to us, it really stands out. It's unique. It's not a name we've seen before anywhere. Even the logo. And the logo really has a lot of history behind it too. It relates back to some original characters we've made and designed. We've really started to incorporate them into the brand for the advertising. I don't know if you've ever seen any of our little ads on our page, but when we do the voiceovers, that's some of those characters.
And the quickest way to make someone very keen to what you're doing is to make them feel good, make them laugh.
Agreed.
So we think adding not so much seriousness, but a lot of bit of self-humility and comicability into our stuff, and be humorous. Don't be afraid to laugh at yourself, but be free to be goofy,
kind of cartoon,
and implement it, and you can make it work if you do it right. Just being yourself, and eventually it'll work itself out and do what it needs to do, because that's just the way the world works. It's it's the path of your energy you put forth.
Yeah, I definitely want to add on to that. That's kind of where, going back to our brand, we feel we strike the perfect balance of serious business aspect, but also the fun, kind of goofy aspect. And I think that's a nice balance to have, because you got to have fun, you got to love what you do. And when you're doing what we do, which is going out and helping other creators and events and small businesses that are local throughout Florida, to have content they need that they can use for their advertising or whatever purpose they need to use it for. That's really a mission that we have, that we realize, hey, we can't always be serious, can't always be goofy. But if we have a nice balance, it's going to work out nicely.
Yeah, absolutely. That resonates with me too, because, I am into content creation. I kind of fell into it, but it's just about having a creative outlet.
Exactly.
And it's something that not everyone does. Maybe they're afraid to get on camera or afraid to put their voice out there or whatever. And it's just a way for you to stand out and be different, and help your clients to stand out and be different.
Exactly.
And actually being goofy on camera will help you learn to be comfortable on camera. Just, hey, this is who I am. They don't have to like it, but they have to accept it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What's like the ideal client you'd be looking for? Or kind of, do you guys have a niche, or is it more open-ended?
That's actually a great question. I'll go ahead and kind of start us here. I know Alex will probably add on to that. Definitely want you to, man. But with this case with our business, we originally tried to kind of do a little bit of everything, and we realized that that was stretching us too thin.
Yeah.
So we narrowed it down more to be a little more niche in terms of the category of what we focus on, which is photography and video as opposed to doing the audio aspect for now.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the video segment, we focus more on short form content, which, these days it's all over social media, all over the internet. Statistically speaking, people are more likely to watch videos that are 10 minutes or less versus those that are over 10 minutes, unless it's like a TV episode
right.
along those lines. So with that being kept in mind, we kind of took that and we're like, okay, how are we going to run with this? Who do we want to target specifically? Definitely small businesses that are new or have maybe been around for a bit, but they need some content that, good prices, but also a dedicated team. And that's the most important thing here, a dedicated team that's going to work with you. Make sure that you get what you need and that you're getting the support that you need in the process. And then, of course, we like to target events too, local events as well, whether it's business events or personal events, like parties, things like that. Even content creators like ourselves, if they need somebody to come in and help them with their edits or have regular edits or some sort of dedicated service. There's so many tools that we have at our disposal that we feel like since we know how to use them, we could just really give that experience to these types of groups and really deliver on it. And one thing I did want to add to that too is we also have looked at influencers as well.
Yeah.
Whether it's a smaller one or a larger one, because they of course get a lot of exposure, but in turn they need to have the right content to get that exposure.
Sure.
Want to be able to help them extend their reach, get their voice out to the people who they want to hear their voice. And we want to be able to do exactly what for us that they did for their clients, and that's help them extend their voice, extend their business, get more clients, and help more people.
And that's really what it comes down to. We're not just in it for, we're just trying to make a quick buck. Yeah, every business has to make its profit, but we're in it to really help other people that have been in a similar position to where we were with our other business ideas. Or even when we started this a couple of years ago, it's like, hey, you're a new business. It's going to be an uphill battle. You're going to have difficulties. You're going to have challenges along the way. But why not have a team to come in and help you with that, to get you the content that you need? That takes less stress off your shoulders, especially if you're not familiar with how camera equipment works. You're not too good with editing tools, or maybe you don't have the time for it. All strong selling points in that case. But I'm not here to promote the product.
Sure.
I'm just telling our mission. We really want to kind of take that difficulty out of people's lives when they're trying to build their business.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, give that to us. Let us handle that so you can focus more on your idea, getting that idea worked on.
What got you excited in the first place to do this is what we want to keep alive.
Exactly. And to us, that's really what distinguished means. To be a distinguished creative, you're setting yourself out from other brands. You're finding your niche. You're going out and you're doing what it takes. But then you're also distinguished in the sense that what is it that makes you want to keep your particular idea alive?
Yeah.
That's really what inspired our brand name. I think we all have that distinguished creative inside of us.
It kind of sounds like what you're trying to keep alive is that authenticity.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You got it.
So why is that so important for your business?
I'll let you come in here.
To be honest with you, it's important because it's the basics of integrity of a business.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
your heart and your soul of why you got up in the morning and you put on your clothes and you were driven to complete a goal and to get stuff done.
Absolutely.
That's the authenticity to keep the hard working aspects of creation and just business in general alive.
Exactly.
Basically.
Absolutely. I can even add on to that. Just as he said, you take that authenticity, and when you are authentic in what you do as a business or as somebody who is part of a business, you have to, of course, love what you're doing.
Yeah.
And in that process of loving what you're doing and being authentic, both of those kind of come together to be like, okay, I'm not really doing this just for the money. And we love supporting creators that have that passion. We see people all the time as we're scrolling on our business page on Instagram. I actually just came across, there was one And give them a little shout out here. She, props to her. She started a little mobile coffee shop. It was on one of your episodes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Coffee.
Beans, yeah.
Those are the kind of people we look for.
Yeah.
People that are going out, they're taking that risk, but they have that passion, that drive, that motivation. That, some entrepreneurs may have it, but not all of them have it in that aspect, if that makes sense. Some people put everything that they have when they start an idea. It's similar to how we started Distinguished Creative. They put their heart and soul in it, like Alex was saying, and that's really why we think the authenticity is important, because you can go out, you can start a business, you can be out there to try to help people, but if you're not in it for the right reasons and you're not staying true to why you started this, then you're not distinguishing yourself on a professional level.
Yeah. Yeah, I can resonate with that. One of the things I've said a couple different times is social media can be kind of fake because it's so filtered.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I feel like if you really want to stand out, just be yourself, because there's so much out there that is just the perfect kind of view.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you got to do this to get this many views. And, there's a method to that theory. You have your algorithms and however the social media websites work. But at the end of the day, you don't want to have the same video as everybody else.
Yeah.
That can only work for so long.
Sure. Yeah. No, absolutely. And in the kind of the fakeness of social media, just being true to who you are, that's going to attract more people, I feel like, to you. Because, the fake, it's not fake per se, but the super filtered, like, I'm eating this today, and,
the genericism.
Yeah.
If that's maybe even a word.
Yeah. But just just the not so filtered life, just being authentic and honest and just
unfiltered.
Yeah.
There you go.
Being unfiltered, that just really sets businesses and companies apart. Because people, they want to do business with people they know, like, trust.
When you meet someone, you want to know the real person, not a character.
Yeah.
Or
Exactly.
another person you thought was somebody. It's like getting catfish, Same
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is. I mean, as ironic as that is, because we do some of our own characters, but...
But I'm kind of like, this is me, and I'm going to give you who I am and nothing else.
Exactly.
That's what I want from somebody.
Yeah, one of the things that I think is super important with being authentic, though, too, in your content, is now you have kind of a leg up. Now when that customer comes to you, they feel like they know you to a greater degree than somebody that wasn't authentic. And you're shaking your head.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the core of our business motto, is to, we want you to feel like you can trust us, we're family, we're going to get you taken care of.
Exactly. And a lot of companies out there will sit there and say that, we're like a family, or they're family. You always hear about this in the corporate world. But then you have to take a step back and ask yourself, are you though? Are you? Or are you just saying that so that way I'll, do what you need me to do?
Are you just giving me a cozy blanket to feel
Exactly.
warm?
Like, we don't want to approach somebody and make it feel like we're just giving them a little hug and a cozy blanket and then calling it a day.
Right.
Like, we actually want to put in the effort, show them that we actually care about what it is that they're doing. We want to take the time to get to know their story.
We want to care about it as much as if it was our own.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're immersing yourself into their brand a little bit.
Absolutely.
Exactly. A very immersive experience.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That way you can truly capture who they are.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only way you can really do it right. If you really know who you are, immerse yourself, become them, empathize with them, and why they're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, we've worked with consultants before, and they've come in, and, we started this a couple of years ago almost. We opened our doors on November 10th, 2022. I'm shocked I still remember the exact date. I haven't even had my coffee yet, so pat on the back for that. But, we've had this for almost 2 years now. And when we first started this and came up with the name, and the months leading up to that opening, it was actually July of that year. It's funny because you find when you work with a consultant, a lot of the time they will come in and they want to get to know the business a bit and help figure out solutions for you. And that's great. But it just doesn't have that same, flavor to it.
Right.
For lack of a better word. But, it just, there's something about it that's different from actually really taking time to get to know the business. Like, what motivated that person? What distinguishes them from the audience?
I see what you did there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
We like to be a little cheeky every now. We like to, like I said, we like to stay goofy. That keeps us alive, and I feel youthful. You know, at 35, I feel like it keeps me youthful.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Got to keep that kid inside of you.
You have to, man. You have to.
What's one of the businesses you guys want to connect with right now? Like, not a specific business, but maybe an industry. What's one that you can bring the most value to?
Oh, we were talking about this the other day. Definitely coffee-related businesses.
Absolutely.
We are huge coffee heads.
Okay.
You got to have it when you're a creative. You have to.
Okay.
Especially when you have a business. But definitely, local
A couple of
coffee
distinguished
businesses.
beings we are.
That should be the name of the brew.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses in that nature, but also we take a look at organizations that do similar things as well, other creative ventures, organizations that really have a strong focus on helping somebody solve a particular problem. So I would definitely say a lot of service-based businesses on that front.
Mm.
When it comes to things like events, on the other hand, though, that could definitely vary.
And a lot of small-time real estate agents who are trying to get, their houses up, and they're trying to put their houses more on the market. We want to be able to get in there. We'll give you some beautiful shots of your house. We'll get it displayed to where you have it on your website or your realtor page. And we want to be able to get in that market too, of helping get these people, because people need homes.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's always, a booming industry, no matter how the market goes. So we've had our eye on working with, real estate agents both here locally and across Florida too. And different types of events, whether it's at a city level or more personal.
Oh yeah, we did. I think a year or two ago we did the
Yeah,
Clay
we did.
County Fair. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was like 12 days. It was so much fun.
Yeah, we had a partnership with a company at the time, and we worked with them for a year. And one of the events that we did the Clay County Fair. And then prior to that, we'd actually met them at another event that we did. We did a little local holiday event up in Fleming Island, Florida, North Florida. And we did a lot of photography for kids and families that were going to 2 different holiday events that year. And that's really where a lot of this got started. It was like right after we had opened our doors, and here we are.
Would you guys shout out how people can get in contact with you and your website, things like that?
Absolutely. I mean, you can go to our website of www.distinguishedcreative.com and check out what we're doing and any of our latest offerings there. Don't be shy to send us an email to contact@distinguishedcreative.com, and we usually reply within 24 hours there or less. We're pretty good with that. And we also have a couple different contact numbers on our page as well towards the bottom when you go to the website. So, feel free to also give us a call, and we'll be happy to work with you.
So guys, make sure you guys reach out to Distinguished Creative. If you're looking to have that content that's going to reach your audience, that's going to be authentic, they do short form content, maybe some longer stuff too, but short form is what people are consuming more of, and that's exactly how you want to target your audience. So reach out to them, make sure you follow them in their journey. And this has been Thaddeus on the Be Nice Individuals podcast, which has been hosted here at the Flagler Voice podcast, which you guys have heard me say, this space is for rent. You guys want to come out, shout out your business, shout out your ideas. Maybe you're a political candidate and want to reach your audience. This is a great space for you. We'll see you next time.